Hello, boys. Welcome back to a different type of video today. I'm going out of my way. I don't know if that's the right words. I'm going into the different pathways. I don't know what I'm talking about, but basically, we're going to be doing my Euro squad for the Euros. Well, obviously, this video's gone off to a great start, honestly, but it feels weird not playing FIFA, to be honest. But we'll get straight into this because I don't want to be wasting all your time. We'll be doing some analysis on certain players. And some players, we'll just see what happens. But first player we got here, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, yes, I got... Right, honestly, you can tell I've not done this before because I'm not even explaining what's going on. We've got 5 different filters here, boys. We got guaranteed star, filters, tiers. I'm just going to run with this because it's quite funny how shit the start is. So we got guaranteed starter, which is like, he's putting that shirt on and he's leading us to the final. We got on the plane, that's just like, part of the 26-man squad. And then we got good chance, so, semi-decent chance getting in. Unlucky to miss out Southgate stinker. But this comes along the, like, sort of, Ross Barkley's of the world where Southgate's just dropped an absolute pooper and not put him in. And then we got Calvin Phillips as a tier. We might as well put him in there now, to be honest. But he's just got his own tier because how can you play yourself out of the squad by playing more minutes of football is physically impossible. If you get into this filter, why do I keep calling them filters? You get into this tier of Calvin Phillips, then you stink. Like you've got no hope, mate. So because he is, yeah, he can go on. He can go and have a holiday and whatever, do whatever he wants. But yeah, now we've got him out of the way, we'll get straight into the team. So we've got about 40 players here. So we'll start off with Trent. So in my opinion, right, I'd have Trent starting, but I've got to take Southgate's opinions into some of these. And we all know that he's going to be on the plane. I mean, the guy's been ridiculous this season. Before the injury, he was literally like Liverpool's top 3 players, winning matches. I also think creativity-wise, he's probably the most creative player England have. So, I mean, in my opinion, I'd have him starting, but I've got to wager Southgate's opinion into this. So, I'll put him on the plane, but in my opinion, he'd be starting. I mean, some of these players, like, there's not even point talking through. Like, Harry Kane, like, come on, he's starting. Although he's somehow not gonna, he's never gonna win a trophy. So technically, yeah, we shouldn't start him in the final if we want to win a trophy because we won't. How that man's gone to Bayern, scored like 40 goals, and he's not gonna win it is insane. But to be fair, like, maybe he is the problem. Cause I remember people saying Ronaldo was the problem when he scored loads for Man United. So, yeah, just see what happens. Right, now we actually get a bit more interesting. We've got rid of some, like, someone blind could have put these players in these positions. I don't know why they'd have to be blind, but just go along with it. Now it gets a bit controversial. Dom Solanke, I think he must be about 3rd or 4th in the Golden Boot. I think he's on 16 goals. You heard me. He's going to be unlucky to miss out. So one thing I want to like clarify when it comes to England, right, is there's certain players that just perform under the lights. For example, yeah, Euro 2020, Raheem Sterling stunk the gaff up all season, and then it came to the Euros, and he was literally our best player. I know it got given to Calvin Phillips, but Sterling was like our best player. He scored like all our goals until the quarterfinals, until the Germany game when Kane scored. So I think there's certain players like Rashford and other players where they just walk themselves in. So, in my opinion, Solanke's going to be one of those players that some players just come to England and they just shit. Like, some players are just like that. So, that's my opinion. But yeah, we'll carry on. That's 4 players done. I'm going to try and speed this up a bit because otherwise we're going to be here for half an hour. The next player I've got is Phil Foden. Let's be honest, guys. He's starting, isn't he? I mean, come on. He's literally been ridiculous. As much as I don't want to say it, his form, goal scoring, amount of times he's pulled City out of games, dragged them. I think he's on like 13 goals now, 14 goals. I mean, yeah, if in my, I can run you through my starting lineup at the end, but Foden would be starting. He has to start somewhere for being realistic. And then the next player we got is Jack Grealish. Right, this is a weird one to be honest, because don't get me wrong, he was good for England in the past, and he was good for City in the treble season, but he's been bad this season, injuries and stuff. I mean, I think Southgate will take him on the plane, but in my opinion, I'm going to put him in good chance. I know that might be a bit controversial, but I don't know. He's been really bad this year. So yeah, we'll put him in good chance for now. Then we've got Bukayo Saka. And I mean, let's be honest, he's starting. He's been good this year, although I don't think he's as good as people say. He's not world class. He's a decent player. I mean, he'll start on the right for us, let's be honest. And he's been good for England in the past, although he bottled the Euros, the fraud. I'd still have him starting because we don't. I mean, I know we're looking at this man here, Cole Palmer. All right, Chelsea fans, chill out. And even Bowen, they could, the gap between these two and Saka is not as big as people think. I'm going to be honest. So that's my opinion. But he's going to be starting. I've got to factor Southgate's opinions into this. And then next up we got Ivan Toney. I mean, he's got to be on the plane for me. I thought he was really good in the international break. Link up play, holding the ball up, and he's got a very similar profile to Harry Kane. So God forbid we have any injuries to Harry Kane. He's semi similar. So I mean, I think like because the squad's so used to playing around and to Harry Kane, bring Tony in, he'll bring a similar sort of feeling to the game. So that's we're flying through this. We got what's that? 8 players. All right. Carrying on. So, next up, we got Ollie Watkins. I think this is another man that's on the plane, being sensational. Probably the second best English striker in the world. I know Tony had his ban, but I mean, he's been unreal, hasn't he? Really? I mean, he's got over. I think he's got double digits in assists and goals alone. He's been very good. Emery's got this really weird habit of turning like half decent strikers into ballers. I remember it was Gerard Moreno at Villarreal. He just turned into a bagsman. Now what's happened to that bloke? So yeah, I'd have them on the plane. That's sort of the strikers. Sort of, it gets hard, man. That sounds mental. This gets difficult now, boys. I'm not gonna lie. Oh Christ. Because we're allowed 26, and we've already. Okay, right. We're gonna take Rashford just because I know he can perform for England. He's done it in the past, and I do think there's the quality there. And some players are just built for that stage. So, yeah, I would take Rashford on the plane, and I think there's no way he misses out. So, yeah, I would take Rashford. And then next up, we got Harvey Elliott. Right, I'm not going to try be biased here because I am a Liverpool fan. But personally, I'd want to have him in the team. But if I'm being truthful and taking Southgate's stupidness into consideration, he's going to be joining Dominic Solanke, isn't he? And unlucky to miss out. Been really good for us whenever he's come off the bench. He's carried us in a lot of games, especially with all the injuries we've had and Salah being in Egypt and injured and all that from January to March-ish period. So, I mean, he's unlucky to miss out. I don't think it's necessarily a Southgate stinker. I think it's just unlucky. Right, who have we got next? Jared Bowen. Okay, right. This is where it gets hard because we've got a lot of attackers already. Oh God, right. In my opinion, I would have him on the plane. I think he's actually really good this season. I mean, he's going really under the radar. The way people talk about Saka, it's not all about stats. Don't get me wrong, but Bowen's numbers have been sensational for a West Ham team. Bear in mind, and when he played for England in the international break, I thought he was very good. So I would take him just because, well, he performed there and he's having a very good season at West Ham. And I mean, he's always been linked with Liverpool. I don't think we'd get him ever, like we'd ever get him, but I do like him. I must admit. The next one we've got up here is Cole Palmer. Right, let's be honest, he's straight on the plane. Oh, it's tough between him and Saka. It's not as tight. It's a lot tighter than people think. Palmer has been. I know you can go Penma and all that stupid crap that you see from people on Twitter. Oh, he's a penalty merchant. But let's be honest, his performance has been very good in an absolutely shocking Chelsea team. So I mean, in my opinion, he's got to go on the plane. Come on. Right now we get back to the easy choices. Bellingham, he's straight in there because I mean, come on, like the guy's been. I mean, he's although he's not been scoring as much, his performances have still been world class, and he's going to be starting in that England team. These four, I mean, come on. My nan doesn't watch much football, and she could choose these four in the lineup. Right, this is where we come to the controversial controversy. Raheem Sterling. Personally, I think he'll be on the plane, but I'm gonna put him in good chance. I think he had a good start to the season. I don't know if people remember. I think he bagged a brace against Luton, had a couple good games, and he was looking, and against West Ham, and he was looking like old Raheem Sterling of old. Like he had the speed and the agility back, the low balance, the fast, and then I don't even know why I said that, but he does. We all think it, and then he sort of just. I mean, it's more the running technique, isn't it? And then he sort of just fell off a cliff, and that free kick alone could probably kick him out of the squad. To be honest, against it was Leicester. But personally, I would have him in good chance because We know he's performed for England before after having a bad season. So, yeah, I would. That's what I would have him. Next up, we got a Bere Eze or a Beriche Eze, and I think we all know where he's going here. Unlucky to miss out. He's he's a baller if we're being real. I think he's a quality player. I mean, he should leave Palace really. I could always see him in like a Man City or a Chelsea or even an Arsenal, and I think he's very good, but he's not had the best of years. I think he's been quite. I mean, he's had a couple injuries this year. Maybe if it was like a year ago where he's balling out every week, he'd have more of a chance. And saying that, he did score a worldie of a free kick against Tottenham, although they went on to lose that. So who knows? Under the new manager, he might start performing. Now this one, I had hiccups. This one, right? We all know where Ross Bartley's going. Unlucky to miss out. This guy has absolutely balled out for Luton. If any of you have watched him, I thought it was a Dan, honestly. Right, we're going to get on to Mainu, right? If Barkley had put the performances Mainu had been putting in, this guy would be a guaranteed starter. Because he's from Luton and Southgate can't take his eyes off Jordan Henderson or anyone from the Big Six, he's not going to get in. But he's honestly been, he could honestly potentially be in team of the season. He's been that good. Please just watch a game of Luton. This guy is like, he has properly thrown it back. But unfortunately, Southgate's just Southgate, any so we all know what's going to happen to him. This wouldn't be the unlucky, but he's unlucky, and it's also a Southgate stinker, so he perfectly qualifies for this tier. Then next up, we've got Declan Rice. Come on, let's just move on. He's been very good for Arsenal, although McAllister cleared. Don't shoot me, Arsenal fans. It's only a joke. But let's be honest, Rice is going to be starting. It's guaranteed. Although he did shit himself in a Champions League game, so maybe on the big stage he might, be prone to a little bit of nerves. But no, come on. We can move on comfortably. He's going to be in. Right. Don't shoot me, anyone. Mainu is not on. He's in a good chance. I would not have him on the plane. I would not have him in guaranteed starter. This guy, he's good, all right? No more. He's good. The way people are going on about this guy, and yes, I'm filming this after the Liverpool game where he scored a worldie, but let's be honest, his performance was shit. We were absolutely battering United. He was nowhere to be seen. He was passing to ghosts. He might as well have literally been passing to John Cena. And like, come on, he's not. He's good. But he's not in. He's not on the plane, lads. We need to calm down a bit on this Mainu hype train. It's just the United bias. Like, if he played for any other of the big six teams, he would not be getting this hype. So you can shoot me all you want. At the end of the day, this is my tier list. So cry about it if you don't like it. He's going in good chance, and I could not care less. Right, carrying on. We got James Maddison. Oh my God. So how many have we? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 11. We got 15 more players. Oh, Maddison's in then. Come on. I mean, I know he's been injury prone, but we know he plays for England, and we know he's one of Southgate's loved ones. And I mean, and he was very good before the injury, although it was giving James Rodriguez 2020-21 vibes. Don't know if any of you remember that like 2-month period where he was playing like a prime Rodriguez for Everton. But yeah, I'd have him in. Right. We'll go in there, lads. Jordan Henderson. I can't believe I'm going to have to do this, aren't I? Let's be honest. We all want him in Calvin Phillips. But we know. We know. Come on. He's got to be there for the cheerleading. He's got to be there for the board games in the evening. Southgate, he's got to be there. Maybe Southgate's giving him a blowjob. I don't know what's going on. But he's going to be there. There's nothing we can do about it. He's just inevitable. Like, he only left Al Ettifaq because he wanted to be in Europe so Southgate could see him and, glaze over him. But honestly, I can't believe this man's going to be in the squad. It's a joke, but we just got to accept it at this point, ain't we? Because it's Southgate and he's, he has his loved ones. We all know that. So, yeah. Oh, I don't want to do this now. We got Curtis Jones. I love Curtis Jones. For the injury, and now he's back. He was being very good for us. And I think his ball retention, I think it's exactly what England need. But I don't think he's going to get in. I think he's going to be in the unlucky to miss out Southgate stinker category, where I just think it's going to be another unlucky one. And that's what I say about United's bias. If he'd been playing like he has for United, he'd be in, but he won't be. I think it's just going to be Not necessarily a Southgate stinker. I think he's just unlucky. If he'd have just done that bit more and not had the injury, I think he'd have been in. But what can you do? I think it's very unlucky. I think guaranteed the next World Cup he'll be starting, if not at least in the squad. I think his time will come. He's only young. Next up, we got Luke Shaw or Luke Littler. As if don't know if any of you saw that, and it was quite funny. Uh, let's be honest. If he's fit, it's a guaranteed starter because we'll get on to Chilwell. But this guy is fucking pony. He might as well be on the next Love Island because he is shit. So you know what? Fuck it. We'll do Chilwell now. Getting Calvin. Okay, no, let's not be outrageous. He's going to be on the plane, but he's not good. I don't know if any of you watched him for England. One of the crosses he put in, it was horror. I'm hoping Luke Shaw's fit because otherwise, well, it's not looking good, is it? That's why we got a certain man over here. We'll get over to soon, but we'll go. We'll keep it in the order. We got Aaron Ramsdale next. Think he's going to be on the plane. I know he has his like autistic tendencies where he loses concentration and stuff, but he's still a good keeper regardless. And we all know he's going to be in, don't we? Well, I mean, we know the three keepers. To be honest, I could do it now, but we'll save it. You never know. We'll go. We'll carry on. We've got Joe Gomez. Right, all of you can fuck off. He's in the squad. Honestly, this guy's redemption arc goes under the radar. Last summer, yeah, he was linked to Saudi, and I was happy for him to go. I'll bloody drive you there, mate. The redemption since the Newcastle game where Darwizzy turned into R9, he's been unreal. Guy can play left back, he's played centre back for us, he's played right back, he's played in the six. Literally is perfect. And the main reason I take him is because Chilwell is absolute shite. And if Shaw's still got injury problems, Gomez can play left back comfortably. We played Arsenal. I can't remember if it was the FA Cup game. I think it was the FA Cup game. He absolutely locked up Saka from left back, and he's not even a left back. Honestly, I think he deserves it. After the 3 knee injuries he's had, been cruel to him. I'd have him in there. You just got to give me a second here, because I've got to make sure my numbers are right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15. So we've got 9 more players. Okay, right. Harry Maguire. Shoot me. But this guy always turns up for England. I don't know what it is. He literally gets our player of the tournament in every tournament. And he's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's because tournament football maybe suits him. I mean, why would I even want him in? I don't like Man United. Oh, they're shit. I hate them, but I didn't hate them. I hate them. But he's got to be in. Come on, let's be realistic. He plays. He's not like Henderson where he's just stupid. He does just play well for England. We got to accept that. And next up we got. God, my number's gonna get a bit short here. 26. Now we're fine. We're fine. We'll go with Fikayo Tomori. I would have him on the plane. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm a connoisseur of Serie A, watch AC Milan, blah, blah, blah. But you got to be doing something right. Be playing for Milan. And he was good when I watched him in the Champions League. And I just think it's a bit of a quicker centre-back option. No, I'm not being a FIFA merchant, but with Harry Maguire, I can see with my blind eyes, not my natural eyes, Harry Maguire is not the quickest of centre-backs. So if John Stones gets injured, I think Tomori or another one around here is a perfect backup. But yeah, I would have Tomori in, and I think he's had a good season, and he's not been too injured. Like I think he was injured in the previous season. John Stones is next up. Come on, you know what, whilst we're at it, get these two in. John Stones, let's be honest, he's our best centre back. He is the bollocks. He's a quality centre back. I mean, you know, treble winner. I mean, he was really good last season. He is just a top baller. If we're being honest, there's not too much needs to be said. And right, this next one, I don't ask about the picture to be honest, but you know, it does the job. Kyle Walker, come on, let's be honest. This guy was guaranteed. When you got this fathead slabhead playing, you need this man here. The amount of times he saved us with our recovery pace, especially if we play the likes of Mbappe and, you know, I was about to say Vinicius, but he's Brazilian. We'll move on from that quickly. This guy will lock up anyone for speed. All right, he may not have the passing and, you know, attacking IQ of Trent, but defensively, if we come up against Mbappe, this guy's a like for like match. So I think he walks in there. And then next, we've got Kieran Trippier. So I would have him in, although I don't know how he's doing with his injuries now. And he did go for that month patch where he gave away like 3 penalties and 2 own goals, and he had a stinker. But before that, he was really good. So I would have him in, but yeah, no, I would have him in because he is very good and he's reliable. He's also another option at left back. So I think he's had a good season for Newcastle, if we're being honest. I mean, I know he's had his dips, but there's certain players that just do it on the international stage, and I think he's one of them. Next, we got Pickford. Come on, we all know he's starting. He is the absolute man himself for England. He's never let England down, really. That Euro save was cold against Jorginho, and he's just always good for England. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's still at Everton somehow, but I hate him and he's a prick, but he's good for England. We just got to admit it. Next up is Ben White. Piss off, mate. You don't want to play for England. You sad fake tanning twat. Honestly, not that I got anything wrong with people that use fake tan, but look at him, guys. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna move on before I get cancelled. Ezri Konsa I'd have on the plane. This guy's been absolutely quality for Villa this season. He's also another player who can play right back and centre back. I'd have him in the team. I think he's been really good for Villa. I mean, the other day he came on against Brazil and he locked up, I think it was Vinicius or Rodrigo. I'd say the other day, it was the other month, but he was really good. Gibbs White, come on, we know. He's unlucky. It's unlucky to miss out. I think he's a baller, to be honest, but I don't think it's Callum Phillips, because Callum Phillips is literally like, you should question your own life. But Gibbs White is like, yeah, he's a good player. His time will come. I just don't think it's yet. Next, we've got Ellen DeGeneres. I'd have her on the plane. All jokes aside, he's actually been really good for Newcastle. I think he's scored against most of the big six this season, and I didn't think he'd go on to play like this, especially after they signed him and all his goals were like he scored like 2 goals for Everton and half of them were like deflected. I didn't think he'd go on to be like he has, but he's actually had a really good season if we're being real. And when he played for England, he looked really good. So yeah, I'd have him in. Right, numbers are starting to get a bit tight here. I'm not gonna lie. 15, 20, 18, 21, 25. We're allowed one more player. Oh, fuck. Oh, I've just realised there's 2 Trents. Shit. Okay, right. Well, ignore that. You know what? No, it's fine. Right, let's just go for it. Trafford, mate, come on. I just had to throw another keeper in there. And I know he was really good for the under-21s when we won I think it was the Euros, and he was really good. And, you know, he saved the penalty as well. I can't remember, but I remember watching that and he had a really good game. And he left City for Burnley, and let's be honest, it's just not been good. I feel bad for the guy to go from that to just getting 40 shots pummeled at you a game because of Vincent Company and his little, I'm a pep little student. Stick to Deichball 4-4-2, mate. Then you'd have got some results. Right, so we are allowed one more player in the squad. Wait, so have I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10? Hold on a minute. I need another starter. Who am I missing in the starting lineup? Hold on, lads. I've had a stinker. I'm missing someone. Left back. Right, hold on a minute. Goalkeeper, left back. Centre back, right back. Third midfielder. Third strike. Who am I missing? I literally had my team plan before this, and I forgot it. You know what? We'll cut back to that. Gallagher. We need 3 keepers, though, don't we, realistically? You know what? Ban the 3 keepers. Why the fuck do you need 3 keepers? Gallagher can go on the plane. Pope, unlucky to miss out. You're injured, mate. Dunk, fucking hell. Learn to not get rinsed by bloody Lukaku every minute. Colwill, unlucky. And I think I would go with that. And now, I need to figure out who the other man who's starting is. And to be honest, I'm a bit lost. I had my lineup written. Kane, 4, 6, 8, 10. The Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Rice, Bellingham, Foden, Saka. You know what? I would start Rashford or Gordon. I know it's very controversial here, but I'm going to go Rashford. Don't shoot me. I just think he performs for England. So, right, boys. Now we're done. Ignore the other Trent. You know, I'll just throw Trent in with the other Trent. That is my Euros team. Let me make sure I've calculated this right. It should be 5, 10, 16. Oh, yeah, no, 15 because it's 2 Trents, 20, 11, 26. Perfect. This could change. I might do an updated one in the week before. And let me know what your thoughts are on the football videos because I could do more of these match reactions and stuff. I got any Liverpool fans out there? And Euro stuff when FIFA dies down. But we'll see what happens. So we got Pickford in goal, Walker right back, John Stones and Harry Maguire, Shaw, Rice, Bellingham, Foden, Saka, Rashford, and Kane. I'm certain I've messed that up somewhere. But you know what? We'll go with that. And yeah, I hope you boys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on what your Euro squads would be. Please remember to like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.